Welcome to a Friday night episode of Taking It to the Nub. I'm your host, Boston Jimmie. And tonight, I have a kind of repeat guest. I'm bringing in the Angry Beaver Cigar Company. We're bringing in Lou Piscitelli and Bobby Caruso, or Robert Caruso for some that know him that way. And we're going to talk about, they were on, I think, last year, and things have moved very rapidly for this company. They're really growing fast. They have now 5 blends at least, and they've really only been in the business for a year. So let's talk to them in just a moment. We're going to start our little advertising segment for Without Them. This is always a little harder to do without my sponsors. And then we're going to get right into the show with Bobby and Lou. Kind of sounds like a dance song. Bobby and Lou. Yeah, okay, something like that. Anyway, we're going to have some fun tonight because these guys are characters like me.
Is brought to you by Casa Cuevas Cigars. In the 19th century, Juan Cuevas, Spanish immigrant from Santander, began what was to be a family business which now spans 4 generations. Like others fortunate enough to live and work in Pinar del Rio province of Cuba, Juan commenced cultivating tobacco, turning it into a successful business. Years later, in the Ciabo Valley of the Dominican Republic, Luis Cuevas Sr., Juan Jr.'s son, carried on the family tradition of handcrafting fine cigars in the family's cigar factory, Tabacalera Las Lavas. Today, Luis Sr. is joined by his son Luis Jr. in the manufacturing and sale of premium long filler cigars. So check out Casa Cuevas Cigars at www.casacuevascigars.com and on their Instagram and Facebook channels.
Caruso Cigars is back. The past few years brought many questions and changes to the cigar industry. In the wake of all uncertainty, Caruso Cigars decided to take a break and try their hand in the retail side of cigars. With 2 shops under their belt, first Riverside Cigar Bar, and now the Caruso Cigar Lounge in Vero Beach, Florida, they are now more educated in the retail and the wholesale sides of the cigar business. During this time, they received many inquiries about their cigars returning to the market. Making the difficult decision to take a break from their brand was eased, knowing that when the time was right, Caruso would be back, and now they are. Caruso is excited to bring their first release, the Caruso Box Air, back to market. The Box Air, a rich box-pressed San Andreas Mexican Maduro with a Nicaraguan binder and filler, come in Box Air's 3 original sizes, Robusto, Toro, and Gordo. You can check out Caruso Cigars at CarusoCigars.com.
Okay, let us now get back to Lou and Bobby. An Angry Beaver Cigar. There they are. Come on in. Man, you guys look like you're in a casino.
Oh man, this is it.
Where are you?
Hanging out. It's just a party, man. It's just a party. We're at social distance in the quarantine bar.
Okay, social distance in a quarantine bar. For those that don't know and don't live anywhere near Melbourne, Florida, that is a really fun bar to go to. I've been at a number of your events there. That's kind of your home base lately. So very cool.
Yeah, we decided, after you asked us on the show, we decided we were going to come here and hang out and have a adult cocktail. And
Good for you.
here we are.
And I brought along my friend Benji. He's Benji the Beaver.
Benji the Beaver.
You know, so everything fits well. We got Benji the Beaver, and we have the three paisans now.
That's right. There you go. Absolutely.
So we're changing the name of this podcast to the Smoking Paisans.
Smoking pipes. I like that, actually.
We're the Smoking Paisans.
I love it.
You got a problem with what I'm doing?
What you smoking?
What am I smoking? I am smoking an Angry Beaver Green Label, which I guess you could help explain to me what this is, because anything I'm going to smoke from you is going to be bold, complex, and crazy because it's made by your friend and mine, Ishmael.
Ishmael. We're going to see him tomorrow night, as a matter of fact.
All right, so what is this cigar?
That's a Connecticut.
What kind of Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thoughts were very bold. It's a very bold, very complex beginning to this cigar, where it's kind of swirling around on your palate, trying to figure out what it's doing. What are the blend? What are the
Well,
fillers?
that was the thing with that cigar. We didn't want, me and Bobby talked about that. Of course, we want to smoke everything that we carry, and I'm not going to smoke, just a piece of straw. That's Connecticut, you know what I mean? I need to have some flavor and a little bit of kick to it. Still needs to be a Connecticut, a lighter cigar in general, but it doesn't have to be bland. So we kind of just let Ish do his magic with it, and
So he hit you in the face. So he hit you in the
others.
face. He hit you in the face as soon as you come out of the gate with a Connecticut. It's like anybody that thinks they want a nice, mild, easy Connecticut, well, it's not going to start that way. Might end that way, but
That's not Grandpa's. That's not Grandpa's Connecticut.
let's get back. Let's get back to some basic roots for everybody. So I just had to think about, because I mean we've been hanging together for a while now, and it seems like forever. But I kind of went back in time a little bit. I realized that Angry Beaver Cigars, number one, you guys don't own it. Bobby's wife owns it. It's an LLC under her name and formed in 2024 in December. So you're not even, I mean, the whole group of you're not into this for like a year yet. And you have this plus this.
Well, we didn't even get our first cigars until February.
Right. So you now have in your lines, you've got a green, black, what is that, a brown, bronze?
So we got the core line, we got the green Connecticut, the brown is the Sumatra, and then the black is a Crow.
And then the black is a Corojo.
Yep.
And then you most recently released at a special party, which we were all at. And for those that saw the announcement badge, I clipped my photos from you guys up from that. We were all in tuxedos. And why we're in tuxedos? Because we were playing 107.
The 107.
Love that smoke. Love that smoke.
Yeah, so this should be part of these. They should be like total core line.
That cigar was Bobby's a huge 007 fan. But funny enough, when we first picked up our first batch of cigars from Ish, Bobby asked him what number were we that he's made for different people, and he said 107. So That was a little tribute to Ish, that cigar.
Okay. And and a good tribute it is because it is a wonderful cigar. Can't wait to finish my reviewing on it. You like I said, you started in '04. Your cigars didn't come in until like February at the core. The 107 just basically came in. And then you got this other thing that is in the package, which I had when I was down at the TPA event, is one bear, right?
That's a crazy, crazy smoke, Jimmy.
For a crazy, crazy guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Very dear
Tell,
friend of mine. Yes.
tell us the story about one bear.
So my organized crime partner, who's retired, like myself, now does a big fishing show. And make a long story short, he met Gus One Bear. They started talking. Gus has a podcast as well, Cigars. He's trying to get his foot in the industry. I got a call out of the blue, and somebody, hey Bobby, and I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, this is One Bear. I don't have a clue who the hell this guy is. He's laughing, and then my former partner gets on and tells me that they're out in the middle of the Keys fishing together, and they brought up Angry Beaver Cigars. Lou and I met him, became friends, and decided because of his antics. Now he had his own television show. He wrestles alligators. The reason why he has the name One Bear is while he was wrestling a bear, he got mauled. He's been mauled wrestling panther. And what else? A cheetah. And his signature is the thumbs up, only he's missing a thumb because the gator that he was wrestling bit
Oh,
the
I
other half
see.
off.
So it's
Yeah,
kind
That's
of
on the band.
That's on the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, on the band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
pretty cool.
he's quite the character. His dad is a great guy too.
Yeah. Great people.
And we'll be with them tomorrow night in Sunrise, Florida, at the Burnt Leaf Lounge.
Interesting. So one bear. So it's funny that the way you explain one bear because I was just last night I was binged out late at night on Dances with Wolves.
Uh-huh.
Remember the one Indian chief guy? His name was Ten Bear.
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
couldn't be Ten Bear because that's
Yeah.
taken. So you make a one bear or missing one bear. So
Yeah, it's funny because he even made Lou and I and Dawn these Indian ceremonial necklaces. I have a boar tusk. Lou has a boar tusk, and Dawn actually has. Yes, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Dawn has an alligator necklace from one of the gators that he wrestled.
oh wow. Yeah, he I think he showed
And
me a
he's
tooth,
bringing me
right?
a gator skull tomorrow.
A gator
Oh,
skull. You
absolutely. We're gonna wear them tomorrow night.
okay. Now let's just
We
reel this
may
back.
have
Just
to.
Relocate.
They
just cranked up the
let's
music.
Yeah,
reel
they
this
just
back.
cranked.
What happened?
We're going to move our chair to another location, and Lou will talk to you as I carry everything because I guess they're cranking it up Friday night. Give me 1 second.
Okay, dokie, guys.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna keep going here.
We don't know where we're
So-
going yet. We're gonna try to find a spot. Guess we'll go back outside again.
So while we're doing that, you can listen. So while we're doing that, I just want to reel back to the when Bobby was talking. One of the things that Bobby mentioned for everybody is that him and his organized crime friend. Oh, listen, they're retired law enforcement. Okay, don't think this is organized crime like they are part of it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna try this again.
Okay,
Trying, yeah.
yeah, you're getting a little
They
better.
did. They cranked up the music inside.
Well,
This is a lot better.
now you're
Huh?
back outside.
Yeah, we're back outside.
Yeah, so now you can smoke a cigar. Look at that.
Oh shit, man! We can smoke a cigar, but we just got some food, so we're gonna do a little bit of everything. Plates.
Okay. So we're not all over the map here. I love you guys.
We can
Okay.
take you a tour of the bar.
We gave you a little tour of the bar. The owner, Jimmie, I just seen him. I don't know where he went to. Who cares? Anyway, that's the story on Gus and the One Bear.
All right,
Yeah,
Gus
it's
and the
gonna be a
One
great
Bear.
event.
Okay.
And I'm getting
So
a gator skull tomorrow.
and you're getting a gator skull. You're so happy about that.
I'm
So you
excited. I'm stoked, man.
so as a brand, let's talk about cigar brand for a second.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we'll come back around to that because I have a funny feeling that when we talk about things outside cigars, we'll get some more insight about the gator skull. But from a cigar brand perspective, um, you're pushing very quickly in comparison to some other brands. I see you growing very quickly. At least you're having events, but you also went and created, I call him Benji the Beaver. Okay. He doesn't look so angry. He's more sophisticated, this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you get this made?
So I got a
This is
guy.
pretty cool because it's also a cigar stand hold. It holds
It
a
is.
cigar.
It is.
You know, you curve it, it kind of goes angled down a little, but you can put it on its tail. You can't see this, but you can put it on its tail and the cigar goes up so anyway, you got a guy.
Young guy does 3D printing for us. Not only does he do that one, he does our One Bear, Alley the Alligator, full open mouth, and the cigar fits in the mouth.
So you guys are pushing out swag. You're pushing out cigars. Been doing this for less than a year. And I know
Yeah.
Lou works very hard because I know he works really hard because he's all over the place, except my house now. He's forgotten about me. I'm gonna love you,
Yeah.
Yeah. Lou keeps busy with everything, so
He's Lou's everywhere and then some. He's on multiple things he's doing. You just kind of drive around in a Cadillac and feel like a retired guy or something like that.
I try to, do the marketing, come up with different ideas, and we got a very cool blend coming out for Halloween called the Serial Killer. Not going to mention. I could tell you that the leaves are going to be extremely interesting when you smoke them. One of the leaves completely different from what you're used to smoking. That's going to be called the Serial Killer. And a node to my years in homicide.
So that's going to be bold, spicy, or is it going to be kind of
Yes,
surprising
and yes.
along the way?
Yep.
It's gonna be bold and spicy.
Bold, spicy, definitely a kick in the ass, but
With an extra little
with something
note in there.
right with the note. When you smoke it, you're gonna go, never had a cigar like this.
Okay.
I'm pretty stoked about it. Lou's stoked. I came to Lou with the idea. Not going to be a Corona. I know that's our normal size. It's going to be a 60 gauge with a torpedo tip that Lou designed. I came up with the idea, and I knew what I wanted the cigar to taste like. Lou's the expert, so Lou went to Ish over it and said, "Here's Bobby's ideas, and we'll see what happens."
So you're going to do a 60 ring gauge torpedo, basically.
Yeah. 5.5 inch.
Could have made it look more like a 50 cal shell.
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
Serial killer.
yeah.
And you're still able to put an Angry Beaver in your mouth, even though it's a 60 gauge.
Yeah. But that's one of the biggest complaints, right, about the 60 gauge is that it's a big cigar, man. Like, you get your jaw open the whole time you're smoking it. People feel uncomfortable with it. So you're putting the torpedo on it.
Yeah, it tapers it down a little bit.
It'll broaden the palate, right? It'll give a lot more people be open to smoking it.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, the market for 60 ring gauges is pretty high still. I mean, it is, when you think about cigars on the shelf, it goes Robusto, Toro, maybe Torpedo, and then 60s. 60s are right in there. Not as much as Toros and Robustos, but the market likes 60 ring gauges. And I'm not a huge fan of them, but we'll see.
I mean, I think they think they're getting more bang for their buck, right? They think it's a bigger cigar. They're getting whatever longer preferences, right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would rather smoke a Lancero, right? Because I want to sit there and enjoy it and taste it. But you got to baby it, right? Like you're not going to smoke a Lancero while you're out, out doing any activities, right? So you get away with that with a 60. The thing's got a freaking get that thing lit. You got
a cherry on the end about that
big, right? You start a forest fire with that damn thing.
The deal is, because of the blends, we want you to take your 15 minutes while you're having a drink to enjoy the different leaves and blend that's going to be in the cigar. It's going to be an experience.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you recommend drinking with that? I mean,
a nice bourbon would pair quite well.
As opposed to a scotch. You don't think a scotch would go as well with that? You need sweetness from the bourbon?
A Johnny Walker Blue green would be nice. My preference when we're, with scotch, it's such an unusual cigar. And that's what I'll say now. We'll make sure that you get it in your hands. But I was thinking about it, and just wanted to come out with something different. One of the things, just to go backwards a minute, when we came up with the name and the branding and everything else, Lou was adamant, and in the beginning stages, the band, the logo was really cool, but there's 9 million cool labels that you smoke because you're drawn to the label and never smoke it again. And that's the last thing that Lou and I wanted. We wanted to make sure that only were you drawn to the label, the brand, the logo. My stupidity, my antics is that you're going to go, absolutely, I want to smoke this cigar again. And the person I have to credit is a very dear friend of mine, and that's Robert Caldwell, who we're very good friends. We don't talk about cigar industry. I was just with him for dinner the other night. But he had said from the jump, before Lou and I even met, in conversations, he's a marketing genius. I think you'll agree with me.
Yes,
and it's one of the things, and that's one of the things that he instilled with me. As a matter of fact, when we went to dinner a few weeks ago, we were talking, and I said, I just want to thank you again, because that's what stuck. And we speak about everything, like our conversation the other day, philosophy, life, history, not the game, not the industry. And even though now that, Lou and I are in the industry, I don't go to him and say, hey, look, do this, do that. I handed him our cigars at the end of dinner, at the end of a 3-hour conversation about everything in life other than the cigars. We were saying our goodbyes at the car. I was giving him and his wife a hug with Dawn. And he says to me, not only is it a great logo, great cigar, got in his car and was off. And it's the only thing I wanted to hear from him was the fact that the cigar met the logo. I called Lou in 2 seconds and shared it with him. You know, it was my moment so far in the industry.
So Lou, just stand up a little bit so you can put that shirt in focus. So this is like I'm still saying this is the coolest logo in the industry in a long time. Okay, that is like the most badass logo I've seen in a long time. You can do anything with it. You could have Benji meet the Simpsons.
I gotta bring you the new shirt that we have out. It's called Rock Out with Your Cigar Out with our logo on it. Pretty cool. I'll drop you one off at the house. We just had them done.
All right, so your primary in this is the marketing side, doing that. Lou, your side is more aligned direct down the cigar line, where you're looking at blends. You're working closer with Ish when it comes to blends.
Yeah, so I mean that's the way like we did the one bear.
Mm-hmm.
We were at my office and Gus called Bobby. He happened to be at my office. We were sitting at the desk and we just started talking. So I grabbed the pad and I'm like, the guy's in the swamp, right? Like the thing shouldn't look pretty. So, like an alligator tooth, right? So that's the way that cigar was made. It's not a sharp point, right? It's got a rounded torpedo on it. Got a green tip on it. It's got a shaggy foot. And Gus, he's a tough guy, man. He's a badass, right? So the thing's got a double Lajero in it.
I'll
So when
take
we
the
came up
shuttle.
with it, we put it on a pad, and I just wrote all this stuff down of things that reminded me of him. And then I got with Ish, and I sent Ish the picture of the sketch pad. I drew the cigar on it with the green tip. It said green tip, Candela, shaggy foot, double Lajero, and then sent it off to Ish, and then Ish, messed with the rest of the blend like he does.
We got the original drawing too. We're not getting rid of it.
No, don't do that. Keep that shit, man.
And that's the fun part, like because my time is limited, right? Like I try to help Bobby as much as I can. I'm at all the events with him, whatever, we got something going on, we make sure we're together. We talk about everything together, even whatever. Like, he's like, hey, I got this idea. We talk about it. So it's a great relationship. And like Bobby said, he does all the marketing stuff. The memes are friggin' they're classics, man.
Oh, you guys, I mean, you can do so much. We've had this conversation together with this logo. There's so many things you can do with this.
Even people that don't smoke cigars, they should be following Angry Beaver Cigars.
I mean,
it's funny shit, right?
She changed 2 kegs that were out.
I mean, I kind of get.
I got to tell you what.
No, I was saying I kind of get the nuance.
Jimmy.
I got the nuance of the name when you told me. Obviously, most people will, but the other thing is like a beaver. Here's an idea, right? A beaver is nature's engineer. They build dams, and they build good dams. They block water with those dams. Okay, so you got to have an angry beaver building a building, just like with an angry looking building or something.
I got to tell you, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see the beaver bike with the humidor sidecar that's built like a beaver dam. Thank God that we have a master wood craftsman who's building. We just picked up the bike today. Lou and I were building the humidor yesterday, started building it. That's going to be an event bike. We're going to be at Biketoberfest this year. That is the one of a kind Harley Davidson with a humidor.
Wow.
And you thought the Batmobile was badass, huh?
Right, yeah.
Wait until you see the Beaver Mobile.
Yeah, screw the Batmobile, man, when you can have the Beaver Mobile.
No, it's the Beaver bike.
It is the Beaver bike, absolutely.
Well, the Beaver. I don't like this Beaver Mobile. No, it's the Beaver bike.
No.
It's bike.
The
The logo's right on the tank.
Logo's on
Yeah.
the tank. It looks
Ain't
like
no missing
burnt wood. The bike looks like wood. It's all been wrapped. Came out amazing. The box Lou is making to look like individual logs for the sidecar. It's something that I've been playing with for a long time, and Lou put it together.
So is a one-off of that, Lou, eventually going to be Angry Beaver humidors that you're making?
Say it again, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Is a one-off of that going to be Angry Beaver humidors that Lou's going to start producing?
Well, you know we have
It looks like the display.
yeah, it looks like the display box that Lou developed and came up with. Yes.
Yeah. So all of our retailers for their walk-in humidors, I built a box for them, and it looks like well, if you follow Angry Beaver Cigars, you'll see it on there, but it looks like stacked logs, like a beaver dam. And that holds our core line of cigars. It holds 60 cigars. Doesn't take up a whole lot of shelf space, and it's a real eye catcher. It's got our logo right in the middle of it. So when you walk into a humidor and that's sitting on the shelf, you're not going to miss it.
So have you considered going in and making Angry Beaver humidors for people, like to sell?
Angry Beaver what? I didn't hear.
Humidors.
No, it's not feasible. I mean, honestly, and down the road, we have been getting some inquiries about having boxes because we don't have actual boxes for our cigars, right? My theory is you don't smoke the box, right? But some people do like to get a box, right? They're spending good money. They want to get a box. It's kind of like, especially if you wanted to buy it for somebody as a presentation, as a gift, it's nice to give them a box of cigars.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that we could think about with the wraps now. And, if we did like the cardboard box with the wrap on it, we could actually give them that design and make the box look like the dam.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something we're speaking to Ish about tomorrow. Our distributor, Fat Boy Cigars, has asked for some boxes as well. People are asking for them. So Lou's tossing a couple designs. We had conversation with Ish yesterday, and we're going to come up with some boxes. Hopefully within the next month, we should have some.
Okay. Now, as
Probably
a company,
10 count box.
10 count box, but kind of, like you said, it's going to kind of have a wrap on it or something that makes it look like the dam.
So we're not sure. This first run that we might do is probably going to be a lavender box, like our color, right? The lavender. That's like our Guayaberos.
An old school box, an old school Cuban style box.
Yeah, lacquer.
Yeah,
Oh, a lacquer box.
A wood box,
Yep.
Okay.
lavender lacquered with a silk screen print on it. 10 count box. So I think that'll be the first run that we do, and then we'll play around from there.
So now, as a company, like still young, what is your what is your goal here now? What's your scaling goal? I mean, where do you want to be in this industry in 5 years?
We absolutely want to be a player in the industry. We're not, even though, which is great, the relationship, lose my best, dearest friend in the world. And it makes it work. But we always said if we get into this, we want to do it to be players in the industry in the long run. We don't want to be this boutique brand that comes out with a line, and that's it. And then we lose interest and nothing happens. We're fortunate enough to have Lou, who has been in the cigar industry for a while, quite knowledgeable. I just got a twisted mind and, a larger than life personality that complements Lou as far as the blends. I'll come up with some crazy ideas. And then our relationship with Ish, which makes it great. And Dawn, who reels my ass in, when I'm going off the rails. But she came up with the
The
colors.
company's in her name, so she's certainly cracking the whip on both of you guys.
She does. She, even though she's probably, to me, one of the most beautiful women I know. She doesn't like to be in the limelight as much as I'm such an extrovert. But she gives us her opinion on everything.
Oh yeah,
On everything. And tells us,
make sure that color is lavender.
Don't
say it's purple. Don't say it's pink. It's lavender.
And Lou and I in the beginning were like, man, I just don't know. Until we went to Heritage Fest in Tampa, before our line was out with our shirts, and people were stopping us every 2 feet going, oh my God, I love the color, love the logo, and Dawn kept saying, you see, I told you. Not like she doesn't do that 24/7 at home, but she made a point.
Yep. Listen to your woman, because
listen. I couldn't even guess how many cigar lines are out at this point, right?
thousands,
right? Thousands. So again, you can talk to people all you want, right? But if something doesn't catch their eye at first, the first time, you have to catch their eye to give something a try, to be a little bit different. It doesn't have to be wacky, crazy, but just a little different, right? So when you see that color, when we got our tomorrow night, when we post pictures with our shirts on, nobody looks like that, right? We look clean, we're classy, but we're different, right? So that catches the attention. And then, like we said, with the cigars to back it up, that's what we want. We want you to come back, have another cigar, try a new one that we came out with, and enjoy the swag, enjoy the fun that we have with it. Post pictures, joke around with it. Because you know what? It's just a damn cigar, right? It's a bunch of leaves rolled up. We're going to burn it in an hour and it's gone. You're up in smoke, it's gone. So enjoy it. Have fun with it. Right? You're around your friends when you're smoking a cigar, you have a blast. That's all it's about.
Yeah, we want it to be, when you're smoking an Angry Beaver cigar, we want it to be a party. Have a good time. Cut up, laugh, be with your friends.
all right, that's it. I'm driving Raquel over to you guys for the party.
Yeah, it's a party in your mouth, dude.
Well, I don't know if an Angry Beaver is a party in my mouth. You open the door.
Put the beaver in your mouth. Leave it like that.
You open the door.
But you know what, though? Exactly. And the fact that we can laugh about it.
Exactly.
And that's what we want. And then when you walk away, you can go, that was a lot of fun meeting these guys and smoking the cigars, but what a good cigar. And that's all we want you to come away with, is saying, wow, this is a good cigar. like the Connecticut. It's not a normal Connecticut.
No, it's not. I can't even tell you that this was a Connecticut. It's got there's ridiculous complexity in this. Ridiculous complexity again. And it's an ish cigar. And I know I just did the one where he did like 12 leaves in a cigar, which is like people think he's insane, that there's no way. And I said, yes, there is way. And they did do it. And yes, there are 12 leaves in that cigar. And that's ish. That's what he does. He finds these crazy tobaccos and he highlights them. And um,
Yep.
let me ask you a cigar, just a general cigar related question. All right. When you hear the stories, the lore, whatever you want to say it is, that the 70% of the flavor comes from the wrapper. Okay. What is your viewpoint on that?
70% of what do you believe if 70% of the flavor comes from the wrapper level is what he's asking you? Do you believe in that? How much? What percent? 70.
70% is said.
I mean, I don't know about 70%. If you think about it, it is one leaf, right? Compared to all the other leaves that are in there. But I think that's an interesting point, though, about what ratio the different leaves do affect the cigar. And people don't understand, like when they do see a shaggy foot, for example. So when you smoke that shaggy foot cigar, right, you're smoking a filler.
Right. Initially,
So
yes.
you smoke that, right? Puff on that, smoke it. Yeah, it's going to drop ash, whatever. It is what it is, right? But you smoke that and get that flavor, and then you taste the difference when you get into the binder and the wrapper, right?
That's correct.
Same thing with like a closed foot cigar, right? You light it with the closed foot and get that full wrapper taste on that first hit.
Yes. So like the other. So like
the wrapper definitely is.
Yeah, the wrapper makes a difference, and I would say my view of it is, if you think about when you're smoking a cigar, your lips are on the wrapper all the time.
Yes. Well,
and
okay,
your
so
tongue, if you're smoking a cigar properly, your tongue is probably touching the wrapper a few times, maybe rolling around the wrapper as you're smoking
no,
it.
100%. You're going to get more of that
And
flavor
it's
build off the
moistening.
tobacco.
It's moistened, and you're tasting everything on that wrapper. So the wrapper's always imparting notes, not only the lit side of the wrapper, but the unlit side, just the natural tobacco itself is what you're tasting.
Yes, no, and I do agree with that. And that's why like the One Bear has the green tip, because the cigar has a double Ajero. It's actually a very strong cigar. I definitely advise eating something before you smoke it. So, because it's deceiving, because you have that Candela sweet tip, right? You get the sweet grassiness of the Candela on your lips the whole time.
Right.
So
you're always tasting that.
Yes, absolutely. That's correct.
Yeah. So
And
the
fun part with that cigar is when you burn it down and you actually smoke some of the Candela, because you can burn it to the nub.
Yeah. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on. Trying to do the One Bear look.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. to
One
the
Bear
nub.
look.
To the nub.
So you got some new things. You said you're coming out for Halloween, October time frame. How long has that? So we are now getting close to October, only 2 months away. So I imagine that's sitting in an aging room right now.
It is. So Ish is actually going back to his factory in the DR. And while he's there, he's going to start creating, come home. We're going to meet with him, try them, and we'll decide, Lou and I, and actually Dawn as well. She smokes everything that we, in our line. along with Ish, and we'll decide if it's a yay or a nay. Um, he seems to be very excited about my stupid idea. And the more we spoke about it, the more he was adding to, oh, wait a minute, we're going to do this, we're going to do that on leaves that nobody's using. And that's what we want. We want to be original. We want to be one of a kind. And we want people to go, what the hell am I smoking? I've never smoked it before. Similar to the One Bear. A lot of our biggest response is never had a cigar like this. And that's what we want.
So when you do
Jimmy,
we
got our core line, right? We got our 3 cigars. We're gonna add another cigar into the core line.
Oh, Fujina.
And the thing is that we just want to keep those going, right? Those are just going to be the go-tos all the time. And then we just want to have these other special cigars come out. We don't know how limited. We're not saying that they're limited cigars. If they sell and people are enjoying them, we'll keep running them. We're not going to try to be out there, oh, we're only making 3,000 of these cigars and we're going to get rid of them. Because we don't want to just make a splash and dash. We want to stay for a while. So if we're putting out a cigar and people are enjoying it, then we'll just let it go, how it goes. If it runs its course, then we'll switch up again. But like this cigar Bobby's talking about, we want to have it for Halloween.
right now.
We're really cracking on it now.
So when you do like Biketoberfest, and you'll have this by Biketoberfest. When you do Biketoberfest, are you having a booth there? Are you having a booth? You selling cigars there?
Well, we are going to be at a location actually at Top Gun, which is a huge
Across from the Daytona flea market.
Yeah, indoor range next to the Speedway, across from the flea market. It has a private club upstairs. It's got a huge bar outside. We'll have the Angry Beaver tent along with the Beaver bike. We'll be selling swag, cigars. The Beaver Girls are going to be walking around selling our brand as well.
The who? Did you say the Beaver Girls?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Bike Week, Jimmy.
What's a Beaver Girl?
A young lady who will be selling our cigars at the event. I'll leave it there.
Are they gonna have top hats on like this, like Benji here?
It'll have the Beaver logo on it, though.
Yeah, we'll have a Beaver logo on it. It's Bike Week. The rules are different.
Oh, only on the hat? The Beaver's only on the hat?
Yeah.
Yes.
That could be on a bikini, right?
Maybe. Maybe.
It's Bike Week, man.
Biketoberfest is Biketoberfest. Bike Week is Bike Week. You got the difference is you have vendors at different locations, and they're all pushing smokes. $30 acids and Capones.
Oh, wow.
There's no. I have never, and God, I've been going to Bike Week since I'm 17. I have never seen an individual cigar company be represented at. Matter of fact, we got an invite next year for Sturgis, which pretty stoked about. It's an experience that's what the brand is about. An experience. Have a good time. Enjoy the brand, but the bike is going to be one of a kind. Give us one. So we're excited. We do, to add to our core line, we do have another line we haven't introduced yet. It is out there, but we haven't introduced it, and that's our Cugino cigar line. They are being presented in Sicily as we speak. They were designed for a very close friend of ours, another fellow Paisan, who presented them in Sicily. And we're going to now bring them into our core line, and they'll be the Cugino cigar line.
Okay. So that's going to be just not for Italy. It's going to be also U.S. market based.
No, absolutely. It's actually the name of our event line when we do events is Angry Beaver Cigars and Cugino Cigars is the name of our
Okay.
event company, our separate company from the cigar company.
Hmm.
Don't want to be a splash in the pan. I mean, you asked us.
No.
That was a great question, Jimmy.
So I'm going to add on top of that question now. So going back to a 5-year business plan, how many shops do you want to be in 5 years? With reorders, I mean, legit shops reordering your
How many
cigars.
shops do we want to be in 5 years? I'm just, yeah. I mean, 300?
Good number. That's the right number.
300
That's a
more?
very successful small business if you have 300 shops across the country reordering your cigars, coming in with your new lines when they come out. You would have a very successful business in my mind.
You know, and
So how are you
you
going to do
hope
that? How do you do that? How do you do that? Are you going to hit the road? Is that what your plan is? How do you open up those markets?
So Lou and I have been painstakingly speaking about finding the right reps. We've spoke to a few. As a matter of fact, in South Florida, Gus One Bear is actually going to be, one of our reps. He's larger than life, which is cool. We've been approached by a few other reps, one out of Texas. So we're hoping we got a meeting with a young guy who is just a whiz with AI and graphics and marketing. We're going to try to do as much as we can. Yes, do we have to hit the road? Absolutely. It's a little difficult because Lou has a huge successful business already.
Mm-hmm. That was my point.
Right. But Lou always makes time for Angry Beaver Cigars. And that's, the other night, Lou couldn't even keep his eyes open, and we're having a business meeting. That's the partner I want. He already knows how to run a successful business. I've been a freaking cop since I'm 19.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, I'm blessed to have Lou by my side. So,
Of course we are.
It's like Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon over here.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
it works though, Jimmy.
Well, it does. You guys are a great partnership. Okay, I've seen you at events, how you interact with the people that are at your events. Okay, I think you're doing a fabulous job in growing the business. Getting the name out there is number one. Getting the cigars into people's mouths is right up there, and hopefully people like them and they start talking about them, and you let people start telling the story. That's when you know you started to make it. When you see people posting constantly, Angry Beaver Cigars.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what's interesting. At not the past event you were at, the one prior, we had some heavy hitter in the healthcare industry who was making us offers on, coming in as corporate, and he says, you guys are way too small. Let's bring you in the corporate level. But we all know what happens when they want to do the dance with you on the corporate level. We don't own the company anymore.
You grow too fast. Yeah. You give away too much. It's like now you're talking Shark Tank type of stuff. I mean, suddenly people are taking control of your business, and now you can't drive it the way you want to drive it.
Yep. And
So
you know what? You know what though, Jimmy? We're having fun. I don't want to lose the fun yet.
no, of course not. This is when the fun goes away, it's time to sell the business.
Yep. Absolutely.
So Bobby mentioned earlier, we're in Fat Boy Cigars. They're in Beaver County,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
Beaver County.
right? I mean, it's just a wonderful relationship we have with them. They actually have it online now, carrying all of our cigars online. So that opens up a world to us because now, no matter where you're at, if there's not a local lounge carrying them, people can go online and find them at fatboycigars.com, right? So they're starting to carry, they carry all the cigars already. They're starting to carry some of the swag now too. He's putting great specials together. Buy a 5-pack, get a little beaver, right? Like all kinds of different giveaways. So it's really been a great thing up there. And
He's got an amazing lounge, like number one in the area.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely on our hit list to go, do an event there for them. We would love to be up there. Logistics wise, again, between work and travel, like get expenses, right? So 3 of us going, not just one of us hopping on a plane and staying in a room. They're driving in a car, right? So it's a little bit different, but we're working it all out and we're going to make it happen. We got another place up there in West Virginia. So we could probably do like a 2 or 3 for 1 while we're up that way. But yeah, I mean, it's all been working out fine. We just, we go with the flow. We put these events on. I think everybody has a good time at the event. I mean, we had a blast. You were there at the 107 event. I mean, you came dressed up. We were dressed. There was a lot of other people there. I mean, it was a good time.
Oh, we had some pretty good photos there too.
Yeah,
Not to
great
mention the
photos.
video
Had a
that has
great
gone
time.
the
Had a
video
great
that's
time.
gone semi not viral, but I will say like went pretty heavy when Ish started feeding me my food.
That was funny, dude. That was, hey, and Ish was dressed that night.
Yes, he was.
I was like, I didn't know who he was when he came in, but
No t-shirt.
no t-shirt. So yeah, I mean, and we're absolutely blessed to have him. Not only as a friend, we're blessed to have him as our, master blender and the owner of the factory. So Lou and I are going to make a trip. Lou and I are going to make a trip to the DR here shortly. Like the conversation you and I had. You can't talk about the people who make your blend and roll your cigars and talk about your product unless you know it. And Lou and I are gonna make that trip to Mecca, to the DR, and
well, Jimmie's been fortunate enough to hang out at Ish's house.
He has
with his master roller Oscar.
Yes.
And break bread with him.
Yes, and I think you're right, spot on. Any small brand needs to be down at the factory that's making their cigars. You got to know the people, especially if you get, because there will come a point in time if you continue to do really great things that you get accolades, and you want to be able to go down there and share the accolades with the people that are making the cigars because they don't know. They're just rolling cigars. They might know you. They don't know the whole story, right? But then all of a sudden you come in with an accolade. Look, we got like, even if it's not the number one, we got number 3 cigar of the year all of a sudden. Boom, from this one, we got this over here. We got rated this on that. You guys are awesome. Here, this is for you. Okay. And present them that because they're the ones that are making you what you are.
Absolutely. And as we all know, those rollers aren't making $100 and something thousand a year a piece. They're trying to make ends meet for their family. We want to show our gratitude. Come and hang out with them for a week and eat with them and break bread with them and show that, even though we're here in the States, that we have the utmost respect for them and their families and what they're doing for us to grow our business.
Yeah, I mean, they're artisans, right? I mean, it's a craft. It's not, you've tried to roll a cigar before, and that's not even going through the whole bunching process, right? That's when
I
somebody
did it
already
all. I
hands it
did
to
do
you.
it all one place.
Right,
I
somebody
did.
hands it to you and says, "Here, just throw a wrapper on it," right? No, it's a craft.
It
So,
is especially if they don't use any of the if they do it completely old school, right? There's different ways of doing it, right? There's, the semi machine thing, it's not a machine, but they put it in, they roll it through, kind of
right,
like
right.
the old cigarette machines you used to buy, but it's a big thing. And then there's the ones that are going to bunch that by hand, roll it on top of the Chevetta, get it right, put it in the press. I mean, there's different ways of doing it, but in the end, it's still artisan, it's still handmade. It takes skill to do that. It takes enormous skill to do that 300 times a day. That's probably what they're rolling, right? Close to
Crazy.
300 a day. All right. And they go home every night to their families just like you and I do.
No, yeah, and, we want to show our respect and love. I remember the first time. So, Ish and I have a lot in common. It has nothing to do with cigars. And I remember the first time meeting him, and we were sharing our backgrounds. And I said the word stick, and he goes, "What the F did you just say?" I said, "Stick." He goes, "Yeah, you smoke a stick from a tree. These people break their ass," and he goes on and on about respecting the people and the artists who make, and that was it. Afterwards, we're driving home, and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I'll never say stick again."
No, and
It
and
makes
he's
sense.
right. I got called out on that 20 years ago. Somebody brought that to my attention, and I was like, you're right. And I never used that again, you know.
Yeah, no, there's definitely.
It
I
slips
mean,
off the tongue, but it
No,
shouldn't.
no, no, I get it.
no, there's definitely a lot of appreciation for. I mean, a lot of people, right? What do you say, 300 hands to touch a cigar by the time it gets to you. I mean, if you think about it, right? Nobody should be able to afford a cigar,
Oh,
right? I mean, if a cigar, this much has gone in from the plant to the leaf, all the way down the process to get to me, and I can smoke it. I can afford to smoke a cigar. It's amazing, right? I mean, it's all done by hand. It's moved. It's moved. It's moved. It's moved. I mean, the thing's got miles on them, right? Freaking flyer miles on these cigars. So you've been going through it for, the farm. You know the whole process. I mean, it's just amazing, honestly. I mean, you really have to embrace what it is. I mean, it really is. It's an art. There's nothing short of that. I mean, every
And,
person,
and,
whatever
and we
they
love to
do,
tell we
right?
love to tell those stories, and like you said, being there and knowing and understanding your factory, understanding how everything works,
Right.
just makes you that much more knowledgeable about what it is you're presenting to somebody and how you present it to them, because now you have a full appreciation, which you had before in the general aspect of it, but personally, you will know personally the Puncheros and the Roleros that are making your cigar.
I mean,
No.
if you think about it, right? Every person that touches that cigar, right? How they pull the leaves off the plant. When they pull the leaves off the plant. How long they're in the drying barn for? How long they're in the pulling for? How flipping them, right? Like everything is a touch and feel, an eye, right? All their senses. That's all they have. I don't care about a computer. A computer's not going to tell you when to do that, right? That has to be done by senses. Your eyes, your smell, your touch. They know, and just from the years of doing it. that's stuff that can't be taught, right? You have to be in it to learn it.
That's
And
correct.
all the way down the line, the people just even just separating leaves, right? I mean, every
Well, a robot.
person is an important cog.
But I will say that a robot could probably sort leaf. Okay, they'll be able to pick up the colors and the shading and the leaf probably as well,
Robots
if
can
not
pick up the
better.
shaving and leaving.
Okay, but you would never do that in this industry. I could never see that happening because you're dealing with countries that are second and third world countries. Okay, that are making these products. These people are employed. The last thing you want to do is robotize that and suddenly turn the factory into so much automation that these people have no jobs. They will revolt. Okay, you're taking food out of their mouth. It's not like, it's a big deal thing. So I don't. This will be one of the last industries that get fully automated in doing what
It
they're doing.
it's a beautiful historic industry, and I don't think that we're going to go to that, like you said as well. It's an art. It's family history and tradition, and Lou and I want to keep that alive, and that's why we feel this is absolutely not only a partnership and a friendship, but a family business. And when you talk about, I have this conversation a lot about legacy and what do you leave behind on legacy. And with me, law enforcement, it's different now. It's a family legacy. If we can put this brand, as crazy as the name is, but it has Piscitelli Caruso family, and in hopes that in another 50 years, the company is still going. That's what we want. In a nutshell, that's what we want.
So now let me shift gears. So as you know, this past month or two, I've been highlighting TPA brands. You're one of those TPA brand members. Okay. Um, Talk to me a little bit about your relationship with the TPA, when you all got involved with it, and what do you see the TPA bringing not only to you as a brand, but to your fellow brand members? How do you interact and how does that all work? What is your view?
I'm going to have Lou respond here. How do you feel about the PPA, the air-flooding PPAs? How do we feel like they're going to represent us in the future? Sit over here.
It don't matter. I can't hear it. All the back.
Okay.
So the TPA, what I like about it is the transparency of it, right? They're an open book. They don't have there's no agenda, right? If you have the beauty of it is if you go on one of the Zooms, if you join the TPA, every Wednesday night they have a Zoom. You get on the Zoom. You may have 10 people, you may have 20 people, you may have 30 people on there that are members. So when you go on there, you have the opportunity to talk to all different people that are in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And you can join the TPA just being a consumer, which is a nice feature, right? If you're a real cigar nerd and you really want to get involved in it and learn more, because knowledge is power, right? So you want to, if you want to learn more, that you have an open book. So join this group at a very minimal cost and be able to interact on a Zoom call like me and you were doing, right? With multiple people that are cigar owners, cigar factories, cigar reps, cigar mobile lounges, lounge owners, like all across the board of people that are in the industry. So if you have any questions, ask away, and they will tell you. Nobody in the CPA is holding anything back. They will tell you anything that they know. Whatever they know, it's an open book. And that's the beauty of it. It's not I don't want to say structured, right? Maybe that's not the right word, but it's not, there's not like a political agenda with it, right? The agenda is for everybody in the industry to learn and have knowledge about the industry, and for everybody to interact with each other, right? So if you're a TPA member as a consumer and you go to a lounge that's a TPA lounge, you get a discount, 10% discount. When we interact with other manufacturers, other lounges with the manufacturers, we reciprocate with each other, right? Because we're all in the same group together. It's only going to benefit all of us to stick together, right?
So as a consumer, as a consumer, as a consumer, I get a discount at TPA lounges. Do I also get a discount at Fat Boys online?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
there's
You
your
have to,
now. What does
now,
it cost? What does it cost to be a consumer member?
I want to say $50. Don't quote me to it. It's very, it's listen, it's very minimal. If you think about a 10% discount on most of your purchases, probably your second purchase, you're going to be evened up. Right? I mean, it's pretty minimal. But it's a great network of people because, again, when we reciprocate with the TPA lounges, and then the consumers are going to the lounges, and it just creates a nice big circle, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, the Zoom meetings, it's really priceless. I mean, I've been spoiled. I've been friends with Ish for a long time. I talk to Ish, not lately, but previously, like every day for a long time. We stay in contact. We're always in contact, and we've had conversations. Again, the conversations are not necessarily about, oh, can you give me this cigar? No, it's about, tell me about this leaf. Tell me about this. Tell me about that. You know, and that's how Ish is. If anybody knows Ish and follows him on Instagram, you know, if he's on an Instagram live, I mean, he's just an open book of knowledge. So if you want to ask him legitimate questions, he'll tell you the answer. He doesn't hold back.
Yeah, Ish has been commenting. Ish has been commenting on this. By the way, he says he can't make it tomorrow. He said.
Oh, funny guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I didn't know that Ish was also a comedian. Yeah. Yeah. He is. By the way, he is the holder of the One Bear.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, I can't even threaten him and tell him I know where he lives because that would be a big mistake on my part. But anyway, I do know where he lives, so hopefully he'll just show up with his cigars for us.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kansas City.
Yeah, and he also says that TPA is more like a club where people get together, learn together, and no one is more than the next. $50 for consumers and media, and $200 for brands, factories, etc. So if you're a brand, it's $200. If you're a consumer or media, you want to be part of it's $50.
Absolutely. No, listen, if you have any interest in it besides, you smoke a cigar once a month or on a holiday, if you're really into cigars, it's well worth joining. You get to, like I said, where do you get a chance to actually sit and talk with people in the industry, real people in the industry,
right?
And ask whatever you want and get answers. I mean, you get talk to cigar owners, right? Oscar Rodriguez, right? TTO Cigars. Oscar's family has farms in Dominican Republic. They go from seed to the cigar. right? I mean, when are you gonna get down? Are you gonna, how many times are you gonna get down and sit with, Carlito
Right.
and ask Carlito questions about the industry? It's not gonna happen, right? But there's people in the industry that have been around for a long time, and you have the opportunity to learn.
And we've got,
There's stuff you
we've
can't read
run
in-
through.
This is, Jimmy, I've read many books, right? I've read many books on cigars, and I still have questions. So
Of course.
this is
So do I.
right. So this is where I go and I get to ask these questions. And listen, I might stump somebody once in a while, but they'll find the answer, right? Because they have sources so they can find out. But most of them know. We don't know, and if it's not published, we don't know. So,
And some of the, I was going to say, some of the brands that we've gone through lately over the last month and a half are companies like Fathom and Fury, which, oh, by the way, that cigar is insane. It's just an incredible cigar. Brothers
Right.
Smoking Stogies. Brothers Smoking Stogies been around for quite a while. Okay, they've been banging out stuff constantly beautiful. KJD cigars with Ken Dorbacker, the Chief.
yeah,
Okay,
right.
Hayes Gray cigars. People have I hear people starting to talk a lot about Hayes Gray. Ironclad cigars. These are the cigars. These are just some of the cigar members of TPA. Not to mention Oscar Rodriguez, some of some slightly bigger names. We've got Cigar Clowns are now part of them. Okay, so these are
Family
these
by
are
loyalty.
cigars.
Family by loyalty.
Oh, Family
Alan
by
has a
Loyalty,
great
number one
company.
cigar of the year on Stogie Press last year. Okay, phenomenal phenomenal work that they're doing. These are the cigars that are under the umbrella of TPA. So if you want to get, if let's say you're a big fan of Family by Loyalty or Oscar, guess what? TPA, 10%. Come on, you love these cigars. Go for them. It's a great opportunity. What else are you guys doing now? Besides cigars and stuff, and I know Lou, you're gonna be giving my wife a price soon because she has a checking account that's starting to fill out that she wants to get rid of.
Yeah, and with the TPA, you get me in comic relief.
You're not the only one that gives comic relief there.
No, no. Hey, Jimmy, it's getting really hard to hear it here. We have nowhere else to run. We've ran to every corner of the bar so far.
All right. Why don't we're beyond the hour. So why don't we just close this one out? I wanted to get everybody reminding who Angry Beaver is and what Angry Beaver is doing. I'm going to give you guys take the last word, and we'll call this show.
Now, listen, we really appreciate you having us on. You know how I feel about you with in the industry. I mean, you're a legitimate media guy. All right. I mean, there's people that want to just be posters, oh, look at me with the cigar, blah, blah, blah. That's not a media guy. You follow through with everything. You do fair reviews. You do great interviews. And we're just privileged to be on the show. We love it. It's a great friendship. We enjoy having you around. It's great that we can have events together. And we just appreciate being on the show. Get the word out.
We're gonna miss you tomorrow night, Jimmy. Down south. But again, from the bottom of my heart, not only for you, our friendship, but for the force that you are in the industry, because I really believe you are. And we look forward to the reviews. We really do. I mean, I've been sitting at the edge of the chair telling Lou every night, I'm like, I can't wait for Jimmie to come out with our reviews because we know that you'll be 100% honest. And that's all we ask. And an occasional laugh or two is comes in handy as well. But thanks again for having us on, and a big thank you for my wife Dawn, who is busy doing her nails, getting ready for tomorrow night.
Good woman. You got to go. Good woman, man. Don't let her go.
Perfect.
All
All
right.
right. The Kansas City is on, and people are going berserk in here. So
Yeah, I hear that. All right, so we're gonna end that. So with that, folks, that is our show tonight. We'll see you up next week, and until then, Stogie Press out. Peace to everybody. Thanks to all the sponsors.
thanks, Jimmy.
Without you,
Thanks,
it's hard to do.
Jimmy.